Another key difference between eating out in Germany and eating out in Texas. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Herzlich willkommen auf meinem YouTube-Kanal. I am Sonja, ich bin die Sonja, and in today's video we're going to talk about the differences between eating out in Germany and eating out here in Texas. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I would like to introduce myself. I am Sonja, I am originally from Germany. Ich bin ursprünglich aus Deutschland und herzlich willkommen. I moved from Germany to Texas with my family. I met my husband in Germany and he's in the military, and the military sent us to Texas. I am sharing my story here on YouTube, and if you're wondering if I am monetized, no, I am not monetized. I don't know why YouTube places ads on my videos because I'm not even monetized. So my mom recently pointed out that there are so many ads on my videos, but I'm not placing any ads on my videos. And if you're wondering if subscribing is free, yes, subscribing to my channel is free. I just wanted to mention that. So we recently went to a cool restaurant here in El Paso, Texas. El Paso is located at the far western tip of Texas, and we went to this cool restaurant called Cattle Baron. And one of the first things that you will notice if you walk into a restaurant here in Texas, there's a person standing at the entrance. That's the hostess or the host, and they warmly greet you. Hello, welcome to Cattle Baron, and then they ask you how many people, and then they will show you where you can sit. By contrast, in Germany, most restaurants don't have the host standing at the entrance. You can basically just walk into a restaurant in Germany, look around, and you find a table yourself. You can pick a spot as long as there's no sign, the reserviert. If you see this word reserviert, that means it's already reserved for somebody else. But that is just very common in Germany. You go inside, look around, find a table, and then the waiter or waitress, sorry, brings the menu. So that's one of the first key differences here. In Texas, you go inside and they will show you where you can sit, the host. Then we usually need a high chair, and then once you sit down, you get the menu. And another key difference between eating out in Germany and eating out in Texas, if you order meat, they will ask you how do you want the meat. So they kind of distinguish between rare, medium, and well done. So well done means durchgebraten. So basically that just means the meat is cooked until it's no longer pink. It's thoroughly cooked. And here in Texas, they give you the option. So people who want their meat to be almost like pink, they will say rare. So that was just really funny because my husband, he got something, I think he wanted it in medium, and I said to him, well, in Germany, you don't usually get to choose. They will usually cook your meat until it's well done. So in Germany, by default, I feel like they usually cook the meat until it is well done. But here in Texas, you get to choose. I think they add another category, medium, something. I don't know off the top of my head. So that's another interesting difference between eating out in Germany and eating out here in Texas. Moving on to the next point, free refills. Oh, I really love the fact that here in Texas you get free refills. That means if you are really thirsty and you want more water, they will give you more water and you don't have to pay for that. By contrast, in Germany, if you are really thirsty, let's say you order 3 waters or 3 Apfelschorle, so apple juice or any other type of drink. You order 2 or 3 of them, you pay for every single one. And especially if you order like some beer or any other type of drink, yeah, you pay for every single one of them. And here in Texas, they have free refills. They just, yeah, if your glass is empty, they just fill it back up. That's wonderful. Another big difference here in Texas, the waiter or waitress really wants to make sure that you are okay. They really want to make sure that you are happy. So they came plenty of times to ask if we need more water, another plate, something. So the service here is really, really good. By contrast, in Germany, they may not come as often, especially if they're busy. And I remember one time we were eating out in Germany and my husband just got really mad because they just kind of, the waiter or waitress kind of just disappeared and it took us forever to get the check. And he then also changed his mind. He wanted another drink, but then the waitress was somewhere, so he didn't actually order another drink, but it took forever to also get the check. So maybe the service in Germany is not as good. But again, this is just like subjective. Maybe there are, of course, restaurants where the service is also really good, where they literally come every couple minutes to ask. That's just one difference that I noticed. Moving on to the next point. Generally speaking, portions here are bigger and the food also came a lot faster, a lot quicker. In Germany, you can sometimes wait 20, 30 minutes or longer, but here in Texas, at least at the Cattle Barn, it was very efficient. The food comes very quickly. I had the salad bar. Let me show you a few more pictures. I personally love the salad bar at the Cattle Barn. You can go there as many times as you want. So that is really cool. You pay once and then you can go as many times as you want. And another interesting difference is that when it comes to salad, they will usually give you ranch dressing. So we don't have ranch in Germany. In Germany, we have the yogurt dressing, but we don't have the ranch, because I'm pretty like ranch, it's kind of, they use soybean oil and then I think sugar, and I don't know about all the ingredients, but you usually get ranch. So, and at the cattle barn in Texas, yeah, they also had ranch, but they also had other dressings. And another interesting difference between eating out in Germany and eating out here in Texas, the tipping culture. So tipping is in German, or you would say in Germany, Trinkgeld, das Trinkgeld. So here in Texas, tipping seems to be like an unspoken rule. I'm pretty sure nowhere is written that you need to tip the waiter or waitress, but it's kind of an unspoken rule. My husband usually gives 20%, 15 to 20%. And that's just so common here in Texas and in the United States. By contrast, in Germany, most people just round up, aufrunden, die Rechnung aufrunden. So most people just round up. If you have something like 39 euros and 50 cents, then most people will round up. But you don't have to tip at all if you don't want to. In Germany, if you don't want to tip, then you don't have to tip. But here in Texas, it's probably frowned upon. I don't know what would happen if you don't tip the waiter or waitress. I've never tried, we've never tried. I just wonder what would happen if you don't give them a tip. But yeah, in Germany, if you don't want to give more than 2 euros, then nobody's looking at you. I don't know. Yes. So I talked about the portion size is usually a bit bigger. And I just had a really good time. This is really one of my favorite restaurants here in Texas, the Cattle Barn. We're definitely gonna go back. We try not to eat out so often, but we usually eat out probably twice per week. Once or twice. Yeah, so eating out here in Texas is also something that's very common. People eat out very often, at least from what I have observed, because usually if you go anywhere, there's usually a lot of people. And another big difference I wanted to share with you when it comes to restaurants and eating out. So just keep in mind, of course, there's no free refills in Germany. And another big difference when it comes to eating out, in Germany, the restaurants will sometimes close. So let's say there is a restaurant and you want to go to the restaurant at 1500. It may not be open at this time because there's restaurants that open, let's say from 11 until maybe 1300, so 1 o'clock, but then they will close. And then they will reopen at 1700 or 1800, and then maybe until 1900 or 2000. But here in Texas, most restaurants are open throughout the day. So that means they never close. Some restaurants are open really, really long, like until late in the evening. But in Germany, some restaurants, they just close. I remember this one time my husband was also hungry. It was in the afternoon, but then the restaurant was closed because they just open when it's like 11 o'clock. Then they open until maybe 2 or maybe 1300 100 and then they reopen. But if you have this time frame this time frame in the afternoon, the restaurant in Germany may be closed. There are some exceptions, but it can definitely happen that some of the restaurants, they just close. But here in Texas, yeah, restaurants are working, like the people there are working like really a long time. That is it for today. I hope you found this video entertaining and informative. Let me know in the comments if you like eating out. And now, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos about living as a German here in Texas. Thank you so much for watching. Schönen Tag noch. Tschüss.